Here we have an American president that, as you said, doesn't value Western democracy, doesn't promote Western democracy, doesn't say America is the forefront of Western democracy. Instead, he salutes and admires communist tyrants in North Korea and China and strong men, formerly in Hungary and now in Turkey. And one of the many things he said that were just shocking, that would have been, a week of headlines for any other president, is saying that Erdogan was the greatest president Turkey's ever had, and Turkey's stronger now than it's ever been, when it is more oppressive, when more journalists are jailed in Turkey than any other country on the planet, when it has taken away basic freedoms, when his security apparatus beat up protesters in Washington, D.C., on his visits to Washington. I mean, this guy is a complete thug. And here you have the American president saluting him, saying, well, one of the only reasons I'm here is because Erdogan is here. Again, it is the antithesis of what any other American president would have said or done over the past 80 years. And we're weaker for it.
We are weaker for it. And, this week, actually, Erdogan's main opponent, who's the mayor of Istanbul, was forced to sit through 3 court cases, 3 different hearings. He's under arrest. He's been under arrest for many months now because Erdogan is trying to complete the repression of his people and the end of democracy. And he's, of course, using this summit as a way of covering up what he's doing inside his own country, which, of course, in the long term will make Turkey weaker. It will make it more corrupt. It will make it poorer, just as it did in Hungary and just as it does everywhere else. But you're right that Trump's instinct is to believe that he can deal better with transactional people, so people who have no values. People who will say, okay, build a hotel in my capital city, or I'll invest in Don Jr.'s latest project, and in exchange, the United States will do X or Y for me. And that's how he likes to deal with other countries. He sees his role as doing things that are of benefit to himself, not to the American people, not to the Democratic Alliance, not to the cause of democracy, to himself, to his family, to his business supporters, to his partners. That's the lens through which he sees foreign policy. And once you understand that about him, actually, a lot of his decisions make sense. I mean, you can understand, you can guess how he'll react in any given situation, because the question is always, how does this serve me?
The Atlantic's Anne Applebaum, thank you very much for coming on the show this morning. We really appreciate your analysis.